who's here. I'm about to come through. Who is here? Put your name. Where are you from? Where are you at? Behind the music, behind the beat. Who is here? I see Big Bro is here. What up? What up? Who is here? Talk in the chat because that was the wrong button. We back. There we are. Okay. Music's off. Who's in the building? Just bro. Just Big Dollar C. That is it. There's nobody else talking in the chat. That is fine. I can talk to myself. Here we go. Cody's in the building. There. What up, Corey? I have to watch later. Appreciate your work. Thank you. Harry in the building. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. We ain't even got to make it long. We all know why we're here. Hit a like. Hit a whatever. Notify. All the buttons that we talk about here. It's Cleveland Browns Camp Day 3. Day Trace. That is multilingual for you. Let's get it going. We all know what we're here to talk about today. It is the most popular competition in all of the sports of the United States of America. And what competition is that? It is Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders. And you know what? The question I have for you right now, as I want to hit my fade button, has Shedeur Sanders taken the lead? That is what it says in the title of the video. Has he taken the lead in the race? Now, I understand right now, if you go by who has taken the first snaps, the reps, Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback. I mean, it is what it is right now because he has practiced with the first team twice and Shedeur Sanders has practiced with the first team once. So if you go by the metrics, chat, Big Dollar, Cody, and Harry, that means Deshaun Watson right now is QB number 1 just by the practice reps and the metrics, according to Todd Monken putting him with the first team reps. But who actually is winning the race? If you go by the numbers, it's Shedeur Sanders. If you go strictly by the numbers and you go by the eye test, because Deshaun Watson today was 18 of 27 with 1 interception. Guess what that means? He had another turnover in camp, and the pads haven't even hit the shoulders yet. The pads haven't hit the shoulders. The thigh pads haven't hit the thigh pads. The quads, there's no pads that have hit anything as he has thrown 3 interceptions. The latest interception came from Quincy Williams, number 5 on the defense. Hit the like when you come in the building. I will not lie to you, but I will lie for you. A la Ocho Cinco. That's where I took it from. I give credit where credit is due. So right now, Watson overall is 46 of 71, 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. And the no touchdowns is quite I don't know. Because I've seen the Shedeur Sanders throw a touchdown to KC Concepcion, and they didn't count it. So I don't know about the touchdown metrics, how they're counting those. But that is his numbers. That is 64.7% for my guy, Deshaun Watson. That's not very good. 3 interceptions with no shoulder pads yet. That's kind of disturbing to me, but maybe it's just me. Jeffrey, how are you doing, Jeffrey Champion? I love your last name. You're a champ. How are you doing, my guy? Me and Jeff don't always agree on things. But you know why I like Jeff? Because he's always here and he has an opinion. That's what I like about Jeff. He has an opinion and I like it. Deshaun Watson has 4 interceptions already. One of the ones today was in triple coverage. Oh, so are you telling me, Jeff, the QB tracker is lying to me? They're giving me false information? Thank you, Jeff. Watson's getting outplayed by Dillon Gabriel. Good Lord, chat. Dillon Gabriel's outplaying Deshaun Watson. He had 2 interceptions the day. They just didn't count the other one. By God. Thank you, Jeff. So he has 4 interceptions. The QB tracker is just not even tracking interceptions right now for Deshaun Watson. And I'll tell you why this is troublesome for Deshaun Watson, whoever is in the chat and that's listening to me. And I know Jeff is one of them, Harry, Cody, and Big Dollar C. And I'm going to tell you why this is not good for Deshaun Watson. Out of all the quarterbacks right now who is competing for the starting quarterback position, he should be blowing them out by miles, leaps and bounds, because what people have told me, this is what they told me, chat. Mike, this is what people have told me. They've told me Shedeur Sanders is no good. This is what I've heard. He's no good. He's a 5th round pick. He threw 10 interceptions. We should get rid of him. He's mid. People have told me Dillon Gabriel, and I've said this though, Dillon Gabriel is a backup, a career backup. He's too short. His arm is terrible. So if that is the truth, Why is Deshaun Watson not blowing these quarterbacks off? He should be leaps and bounds above the rest of the quarterbacks, that it shouldn't even be a competition. He should be the first string quarterback, and then the rest should be fighting for number 2. But that's not what's happening here. Deshaun Watson's not looking good, and I keep saying this. If you keep thinking that the Houston Texans' Deshaun Watson is coming through that door, I have land that I can sell you. I can stun Stone Cold Steve Austin. I can Superman punch the tribal chief. It's not happening. That's my whole point. He is gone. That quarterback is not coming through that door. And we see it day after day after day. But for some reason, we want to hold out hope that maybe he can find that magic. I think that magic is just gone, Mike, Jeff. I think the magic is just gone from Deshaun Watson. We need to move forward. I don't think it's going to get any better. If you're throwing interceptions in shorts and helmet, what makes you think it's going to get better when pads comes on and the Bills come walking through the door? The Buffalo Bills is a very good football team. They are going to put pressure on Shedeur, pressure on Deshaun, where mistakes are going to be happen. That's not even English. KC Concepcion and Denzel Boston, they are tearing the secondary up. I can't wait until they go against Denzel. Listen, I got a question about them. If you read the ticker at the bottom, it tells you what we're going to talk about. If you just came in, hit that like button, turn on all your notifications. We're on day 3, stream number 3 in a row, and we're going to tell you what we're talking about. If you want to know what's coming on the program, the ticker tells you what we're talking about. Is that hand sanitizer, Mike? I don't know what that is. What is that emoji, Mike? Is that hand sanitizer? Watson is garbage. Please trade Watson to Pittsburgh. You can have any Pitt player. I'll sign the trade. Now let's talk about Shedeur Sanders, the other side of the coin. Now, Shedeur Sanders, he comes with fans. When you have all-star potential, even superstar potential, you come with fans. It happens. There's only one other player that I could think of that we have had that had that kind of aspect, that had that kind of I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but it was Baker Mayfield. That was it. Baker came with his fans. Shedeur comes with his fans. So sometimes they go, oh, it's just Shedeur fans. Or it was, oh, it's just Baker fans. But I'll tell you this, Shedeur Sanders, he just has it. And what I mean by it is, after practice, kids want his autograph. Kids are like, please, Shedeur Sanders, will you sign my shoe? Will you sign my football? Will you sign my helmet? Will you sign my sock? Kids flock to Shedeur Sanders. So for as much as people want to hate on him, what does he do? He goes to the kids and he signs the autographs. And I'm not even talking about on the field stuff right now. I'm talking about that off the field aura that Shedeur Sanders has. I haven't seen that since Baker Mayfield when he came to Cleveland. Now on the field, Shedeur Sanders today, 21 of 26, no interceptions, no touchdowns, and he has some strikes to Denzel Boston. He had some throws today in camp that Denzel Ward would never throw. But I meant to say that Deshaun Watson could dream of throwing right now in his career. We need to just pull the plug on the competition and let's see what Shedeur Sanders has, because he is the better thrower of the football on anybody on the team. We're wasting our time right now. I got to get away from the mic because I don't want to get distorted. Okay? We're wasting our football time here. He can throw the football. Does he have things to work on? Sure. Work on getting rid of the ball. Sure. Work on don't hold it too long. Sure. If you scramble, get down. Those are things you work on as a second-year player. Processing factor. Yes. But he can throw the ball better than anybody on this darn team. And he is proving that in training camp. There hasn't been a day where you don't go, oh my God, that throw was ridiculous. But what are we doing? We're wasting time. I just think it's sad that DW4 is getting outplayed by Dylan Gabriel. What up, Connor? How you doing? Watson belongs in the arena football. I don't think the UFL would even touch him. Can't forget about John. Yes, Johnny. I did forget about. You know why I forgot about him, Jeff? Because he was terrible. But I did forget about him. I can't forget about Johnny Manziel. Did come with his fans too to Cleveland. How did I forget about him? That should have just came off the top of my head. Johnny Football also did come with his fans. He had his fans as soon as he stepped on the field. Everybody was excited to see what he could do. I can't forget Johnny Football. But now I can't stand Johnny Football because he cries every day about Cleveland. Big Dollar C with the $20 donation, my brother.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Appreciate you, bro. I say give him the rope to either swim or hang himself. Let's see what he got. You preaching, but Watson needs 5 seconds to throw a ball. What was Sanders' record last year or last year in college? I don't know. What was his last year? What was he last year? How many didn't he win? How many games did we win with Sanders last year? 3 or 4? Somebody fact check me. How many wins did we get last year with Shedeur? 3 or 4 wins last year with Shedeur? I think we got 3 or 4 last year with Shedeur. I know we got 5 in total. I think he was responsible for 3 or 4 of those. Somebody fact check me with that one. Thank you for the donation, bro. KC had a big catch today where he high pointed the ball. That was insane. Yes, Denzel Boston and KC both had elite catches today, both thrown by Shedeur. If you haven't seen them, they're all on Twitter. Hit the like when you come in. I'm telling you right now, if Shedeur Sanders was behind Deshaun Watson and there was a gap because they already said going into it, Deshaun had the lead. After today, there should be no more gap. It should be like this. Because Deshaun Watson, and just throwing the football, it is not even close who is better at throwing the football. Not even close. If you just look at some of the footage from the videos posted on X today, it's not even close, ladies and gentlemen. Shedeur Sanders, man, and everybody that probably comes in the stream, oh, you just love Shedeur and that's it. You don't know my history if you think that's what it is. I have freaking rooted for every quarterback that has came on to this freaking team. Sometimes I rooted to them to my detriment. Somebody wanted a dog check.
Dog check!
I got you. Who was that? B-Cole, what up?
Dog check!
It's the 3rd day, Jeff. It's the 3rd day. Go somewhere with Aaron Rodgers and have hot tea. It's the 3rd day, not the 2nd day. Be correct if you're going to troll me. It's the 3rd day. And it's the 3rd day of Deshaun being terrible. And it makes me sick. I feel bad because KC Concepcion a little bit because Denzel Boston is the one who's getting all the shine right now, but KC has been making big plays as well. I said, Jeff, listen, I picked him as my breakout player in camp because of the fact that everybody is talking about Denzel Boston. I'm going to change my scene here because I'm not talking about the quarterbacks right now. Give me a second. Because nobody's talking about him. And I think that's going to fuel him to be greater. Everybody's talking about Denzel Boston and rightfully so. I can't talk. He is a stud, but I think it's going to fuel KC Concepcion. I know I'm saying his name wrong, but I like to pronounce it that way, okay? Because Concepcion, it just sounds good. And I think he's going to be the fuel to the fire because everybody's talking about Denzel Boston. Well, first of all, they picked me first. And second of all, watch this. And I think that's what he's going to say. And I love it. It's going to put a chip on his shoulder. That's my breakout player in the camp. I'm picking KC. No disrespect to anybody else. Let's move along for a second, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've seen this, but I took a snapshot on my phone because it's what I do when I see things that kind of, pique my interest when I know a stream is coming up. It was Jared Verse. He took a shot at Myles Garett, in my opinion. And I'm going to read you his quote. It was a long quote. He said, Myles is a great player. One of the best defensive players to ever live. You can make a very good case for him to be the best defensive player that ever stepped and played this game. But I'm here for a different reason. Sacks are cool. Tackles for loss are cool. Pro Bowls, all Pro Bowls are cool. I'm here to change the standard of defense. I'm here to change what is happening in Cleveland. You can go out there and get all these stats, but I'm here to win games. This is not a rebuild. I'm not here to take a seat for 6 months and just chill and enjoy Cleveland's lifestyle. I'm here to win. He gave him all the compliments in the world. But then he threw a little shot in there. I think it was a little tap at Myles right there. I think it was a shot. Now listen, he's here. He's on my team. I don't mind it. He said that is the greatest defensive player probably ever. But then he said, I ain't here for stats. I don't care about stats. I want to win football games. I'm here to change the defense of personality on this team, and let's win some games. I ain't here for a rebuild. I think he threw a little shot at Myles Garett there. Or am I tripping? You let me know. Am I tripping, or did he throw a shot? I think a little shot was fired. Pew, pew. And I'm here for it because I am King Petty. Can we get a Baker emoji? No. What up, B. Cole? Taylor Green, we know he's going to play at some point. This is Cleveland. We're back. QBs get a chance. Did you notice that nobody on the Browns went on Twitter and said, we're going to miss you, Myles. You're a great guy. And nobody, ooh. Wow. You make a good point. I got to drink some water. The great one is back. What up, Fred? You get a dog check for that one.
Dog check! Dog check! Dog check!
You make a great point. Chat, did anybody say goodbye to Myles on Twitter? Did they say we're going to miss you when he got traded? Now, I don't follow Twitter like that. I don't follow everybody and see what they're going to tweet out. But was there a lot of we're going to miss yous when he went to LA from Cleveland players? If you've seen it, let me know. You make a good point. I didn't see a lot of those out there. You make a good point. Let me know if you've seen that. But I don't mind what Jarrett Verse said here. I like his mentality. I'm here to win football games. Sacks are cool. I'll take some of those too. But I want to change this mentality and I want to win. Because coming to Cleveland replacing Myles Garett, I've said it too. Everybody's just saying, you know what? We're going to fall back. You know, we're rebuilding now. We lost Myles Garett. Rebuild, reload, retool. Jared said, nah, forget that. Bump that. I'm here to win. I'm here to change the mentality here. Sacks is cool, but it ain't the end all be all to me. I think shots were fired. I'm here for it. I'm here to see what Jarrett Verse is going to deliver here. I love Myles Garett. I still wouldn't have traded Myles Garett. I am standing on that, but what's done is done. I will always love what Myles Garett did for the Cleveland Browns. Listen, and I still want him on this team, but Jarrett Verse is here, and now that's who I'm rocking with. All love to Jarrett. Taylor Green, they're trying to rework his whole throwing motion and mechanics. He's not going to be ready for 2 to 3 years. That's why I think we should keep Dylan. Need a backup next year. Steelers said goodbye. I didn't see anyone do it. That's crazy. That's something, man. We may have to do a deep dive into that a little later. Maybe that should be like a separate video. We got to do a deep dive into that chat. Nobody saying goodbye to Myles Garett. Appreciate everybody in the chat right now. Hit the like. If you're new to the stream, say hello. If you're new, but if everybody's been here before, you don't have to say it. But if you're new, say hello. Jeff, Drew Allar, man. Are you a Drew Allar guy now? I just wanted to know before I move on. Are you a Drew Allar guy? We did lose Myles Garett. He is gone. The next thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, how good can Denzel and KC Concepcion be? Listen, I went to Google. I went to AI. And I asked this question about rookie tandem wide receivers. Where did it go? Did I close out of it? I think I did. I think I did close out of it. I closed out of it. I did. And there is no pair of rookie wide receivers that have ever both had 1,000 yards in the same season on the same team. Do you think we have a pair that could do that could break that mold? Let me know. What do you think? How good can this pair be? There has not been a tandem in the NFL history that has done that scored, that had 1,000 yards of a rookie tandem. Do you think they can pull it off? Just saying, if nobody comes out and says that tells you a lot about Garett's character, you have a point. Yes, the future of Steelers QBs. You got to throw Isaiah Bond in this conversation. He's been making some plays. You mean as far as rookie receivers or just camp in general, Jeff? You talk about camp in general? Is that what you mean, my guy? I'm very excited for Denzel. Oh, I got a little close there. I'm very excited for Denzel and KC Concepcion. I don't know if they're both going to get 1,000 yards. That is very, very tough to put on two rookie wide receivers, especially if you don't know who your quarterback's going to be. I'll tell you this right now. You can call me a hater. You can call me a hater in Ohio, but I'll tell you this. If Denzel Washington, oh, I keep telling you this, boy, he's back. Denzel Washington's the quarterback. We're definitely not going to do it. But if Deshaun Watson is the quarterback, it's not happening. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I just don't think if Deshaun Watson is the quarterback, they're definitely not getting 1,000-yard receiving. It's not going to happen. Just look at the difference of Jerry Jeudy with Deshaun Watson and without Deshaun Watson last year. Just saying. But I mean, with Deshaun Watson and without Deshaun Watson, not last year, he was out. But you get what I'm saying. But if they have Shedeur Sanders, which Shedeur Sanders has already showed very good chemistry with Denzel Boston. You would think him and Denzel Boston played together in Colorado. If you just close your pupils and open your eyes, you would think, did they play together in Colorado? Because the chemistry already in camp is looking elite between Shedeur Sanders and Denzel Boston. Now, maybe because Denzel Boston wears number 12, and Shedeur wore 12 last year, and he's like, oh my goodness, I used to wear that jersey last year. Let me throw it to you. Maybe that's it. But they already look good, in my humble opinion. Denzel and Shedeur. Are we talking about just camp in general? Isaiah Bond. Yes, Isaiah Bond, listen. Isaiah Bond could be opening day your best receiver on the team until you see what the rookies do. Isaiah Bond coming out of camp could already be better than Jerry Jeudy. I know that's hyperbole. I know that could be a stretch, but Jerry Jeudy, he has put me on his bad side after he was just fumbling and bumbling last year. Okay? Isaiah Bond could take that leap, especially now that he wears number 0. I mean, listen, what a stud. Shedeur, best receiver, was 12. That's right. I like what you did there. Flashbacks to Travis Hunter. I like what you guys did there. I didn't think about that, but Jerry Jeudy, Denzel, Boston, KC, Concepcion all day. Did some chemistry stuff with Sanders before training camp started. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think this duo is going to be good. I don't think the duo can get I don't think both can get 1,000 yards this season, but I do think they're going to be a good tandem. Along with Harold Fannin Jr., we have a young nucleus right now on offense that could be together for a while. Denzel, KC, Harold Fannin Jr., Isaiah Bond. That right there is a young nucleus that could be together for a while. That's why hitting the quarterback is going to be essential, that we get the quarterback right and we don't waste this young talent. I'm telling you, we cannot waste this young talent. All right. Anything else I want to talk about? There is one thing I want to talk about. I kind of touched on it yesterday. Hit the like when you come in for me. I touched on it yesterday. And I just want to say this. I want to apologize to this man. I want to apologize to this man because I was totally wrong. Now, I understand it's just camp, but I like what I see so far. And I want to publicly apologize to Todd Monken. What rating do you give Todd Monken so far? I know he hasn't coached in the game yet, but just over training camp and some of his interviews and how he has handled it so far, I owe him a public apology. Because when he got hired, I cried and I didn't want this guy. I wanted somebody else, and I boo-booed the fool. And I didn't even give him a chance. So I owe him a public apology, and I am doing that right now. I know it doesn't matter. He will never see this video. But as a grown man who owns up when he is wrong or when he makes a mistake, I want to give a public apology to Todd Monken because I love what he has done so far. He's a straight shooter, no nonsense. He means what he says, and it seems like these players are listening to him. They seem to gravitate to him, and it's such a freshness to him instead of the same old PC answers that Kevin Stefanski have given us over the past couple of years. So Todd Monken, I apologize. If I was to rate Todd Monken right now out of a 1 out of 5 rating, I'd give him a 4. I would give him a 4 out of 5. I can't give him perfect because we haven't played a game yet, but I give him a 4. I think he's doing a very good job. Todd Monken, I apologize. Sanders holding to the ball, too many interceptions, has to cut them in half to win 10 games. I don't think they're going to win 10 games. I don't care. That's not happening. And I think, and we always had this conversation about holding the ball. Every mobile quarterback in the NFL history holds the ball a little too long. You have to just understand when you can make a play and when you can't. Lovey Marie, the Todd father. I remember the play with Josh Allen last year, and then I said, you know what? I got to stop getting on Shedeur so much. Josh Allen last year, he literally ran backwards for about, I swear it was 10 to 13, 14, 15 seconds. I said, what are we doing? I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders is Josh Allen. My point is this. Every quarterback that has the ability to get away from defenders holds the ball a little longer than they should. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. You have to find the happy medium, and that's what they have to coach quarterbacks who have the ability to get away from the pressure. When you're like Joe Flacco and you can't move, they tend to get the ball out a little bit faster because they have no choice. I can't move, get the ball out. So it's plus and it's minus. It is something you have to work on, but the coach has to say, listen, sometimes you can make that play and sometimes you can't. And with Shedeur and Deshaun Watson, they both believe they can make the play. So sometimes they hold on maybe a second or two a little longer. Sometimes it turns into a big time play. Look at the Raiders play. His very first start to Isaiah Bond, that may be his best play as a rookie. And then you have some times where it doesn't work. So it's just a happy medium that you just have to figure out. When your line sucks, it makes it even harder. Facts. You can't have a terrible line either, the believer, James. You can't have a terrible line either. Shut up, phone. Shut up. But yeah, before we get out of here, who do you have leading the race so far? I'm going to put a poll up. Lovey Marie, voting poll just for you. Just for you. Who is leading? Who is leading the QB1 race? And it's simple. Deshaun, Shedeur. That's all I'm putting right there. Vote before we head out of here. Vote. Who is leading the race? Deshaun or Shedeur? Put it in the vote. We all know where my vote goes, and I will say this before I head out of here. I will say this. We're going to find out. The pads go on Monday. We're going to find out who really is leading the race when the pads go on. It's all nice and dandy with shorts and a helmet on, but when the pads go on, we're going to find out who really is QB number one come Monday, because now we finally got something to look forward to. Pads and shoulder pads. That make no sense. Helmets and shoulder pads, baby. But I'm going with Shedeur Sanders with this. He's looked better. He's thrown better. He's been more accurate. He's had the throw of the day, probably each day in camp. Him and Denzel looks like they have a very good chemistry going on so far. So for me, it's easy. After 3 days, QB number one looks to be Shedeur Sanders. Does it mean he'll win? Who knows? We still got to wait to see that. Maybe Deshaun next week just, the pads are on and he just lights it up. Who knows? Maybe it will happen. We'll have to wait and see. But looks like 60-40 right now. 67% says Shedeur. We're going to let a couple votes come in now. I do want to appreciate you guys, everybody that's come in all 3 days this week for the stream. Pads on next week. Dylan Gabriel has looked better than DW4. Who voted DW4? I'm going to say Jeff probably voted DW4. I don't know who else would have voted DW4. I know Jeff probably did. I don't know. Sure, what up? You're late, but you're on time at the same time. I'm glad you came through. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. 71% to Shedeur Sanders. 7 votes. What are we doing? It's time to go. 7? There was 28 of you in here. 7 votes? That means it's time to go. We didn't hit the goal either, so it looks like we made a 3-day streak. I was off 20 days in a row. We've made it 3 days in a row. Donation goal. We won't make it 4, but maybe we can start a streak again next week. I'm here to vote S2. That will make it 8 votes. We'll see what happens. Pads come on Monday. You guys know the drill. I appreciate you all. Until next time, maybe I'll see you Monday. It's all love. Peace.